Hi, Maxie. You eating that food up, buddy? Your good meow meow munchins. I know, honey. You are aerodynamic now, aren't you? I know, buddy. You gotta eat your food. Good afternoon there, Bruce. How you doing? How was your daughter's graduation yesterday? Congratulations again for her. It's a big accomplishment getting through school. Right now we're just giving Max his 2 o'clock meal. Ain't that right, buddy? He's like, where's the rest of the food? He's got his newly shaved glucose monitor now on that other side. Hey, Maxie, let's take a better close look at you here. Thankfully, when they removed his monitor from yesterday, it's not too bad looking. You can kind of see where it was here. He does have quick hair growth, though, as you can see. You can kind of see where the circle would be. I know that's a little sensitive still. I know. He definitely had a rough last 12 hours, though. He had a bit of a puking fit last night. He probably threw up about, I don't know, at least 6 or 7 times. We think the cause was we were trying to give him a little bit of dry food the last like day or two, just small amounts. But it definitely seems best though for him not to be eating any dry food still. It upsets his tummy too much and it makes him throw up. Hi, honey. But thankfully though, so far, since about 7 o'clock or so, he has not thrown up yet. Hello there, Megan, Natty, how you doing? If you're new here, hello. This is Max. For those who are new, he is one of 9 kitty cats that we live with. Max is a diabetic cat. All of our cats are usually rescues, or they're not usually rescues. They're either rescues or they're foster fails. Mr. Maximus here, he's had a rough last few months being diagnosed as a diabetic and having some other complications. Hello there, Roz. Quick hello. I hope you have a good day at work. Don't work too hard. But I hope you have a good day. Thank you for popping in, Roz, for a little bit. Hope all goes well. Hello there, Catitude. How you doing? Yeah, this is normally I do Saturday lives, Catitude, around 2 o'clock or so. Bruce, she told me one of the tests she did was for state, I think it says, and she passed it. Awesome. Evening time out there, Roz. You're doing some pet sitting things. Awesome. Max, like I was saying a little earlier, Roz, he had a bit of a last rough 12 hours or so. He did throw up a few times. We're thinking we started to give him a little bit of dry food just to kind of see how his body would react to it, how his system would react to it. Not good, apparently, as he threw up. So thankfully, that's kind of out of his system and maybe flared up his pancreas or his IBD. And hopefully that's starting to calm back down again. It's the tricky thing. I mean, every day is going to be a little different. Every week is going to be a little different. We're going to have good days. We're going to have bad days. And we just need to kind of figure out what contributes to those good days and what contributes to those bad days. He's got his new haircut. As I was saying earlier, He definitely has some fast growing hair. That's where his monitor that's now on that side was, because you gotta kind of go back and forth each time they put one of these things on. You can't go into the same side. I appreciate the prayer, Bruce, but I think this is going to be probably a long-term situation. It's just something that there's going to be no quick fixes and no easy fixes. It's just something that's going to, if it's chronic, like it likely is, it's just going to be a lifetime thing, and we'll adjust. Hopefully, though, we can get some sleep at night moving forward for the most part. Like I said, last night was a bit rough. We probably got up like, I don't know, 10, 5 or 10 times at least. It doesn't seem like it bothers him, catitude. It seems like he pretty much just kind of does his own thing. Thankfully, because it's definitely useful. I'm gonna kind of turn, and we'll look at this cat for a second. This armless cat when Max is doing, there we go, doing some spring cleaning. He will lick the monitor, as you kind of just saw him do, but thankfully it doesn't do anything. Roz, it's deep worrying having a cat. It is, it can be, especially if they have complicated issues. Thankfully, we only got a few that are more complicated than others. Maxie's definitely becoming a complicated little kitty. We had another cat named Kitten who passed on a few years back. She was like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons, who just had a lot of diseases, but all of her diseases kind of worked together. So, you know, she always kind of just was doing okay. But it's one of those things. You're like, leave me alone. Don't worry, Maxie. I'm not going to be in here too long with you. We're going to get to some of these other cats. But I'm going to hang with you for a little bit, Max. Megan, do you have any kitties yourself? All right, Max. You're forcing me to get onto my stomach. Hi. Hi, big boy. Roz, you'll do a, okay. Well, I appreciate that, Roz. Just as always, though, I mean, as I tell everybody, just if you want to donate, then just make sure that it's not, you know, taking away from you or yours. Megan, your uncle and aunt does. They have 6 or 7 cats. Okay. You told that your daughter that you got 9 patients. Bruce, how are all your kitties doing? Any issues with anybody? You know, eventually the same with you, Catitude. I don't remember, Catitude, how many cats you said you had. But what I'd like to do eventually as a community is, I'm going to probably make the, maybe not the next community post, but the next one. I would love to maybe like once a month just chat with people in the community, like on a Google Meet, and talk to them, just to kind of see how their kitties are doing. And like everybody could like give advice or give thoughts on what might be going on, and just kind of like a check-in. I think it'd be kind of a cool little thing to do. Roz, you think it works out cheaper that way? I think because PayPal doesn't take. Oh, well, no doubt about that, Roz. Like say if somebody donated like $10 through YouTube, like in a super, um, the channel or any channel, they'd only get like $7 of it. Now, if somebody like donated to somebody like $10 through PayPal, they get like $9 and like 95 cents or something. So for sure. Catitude, you have 6. Are they all doing well? Roz, you just got the 1, Luna. But yeah, you'll be adopting. When is that going to officially take place? Roz adopting May. And how is that going to work out? Are you like going to Turkey, or is Shelly going up to the UK? Do you know how that's working? Brusuki, 1 has a cold. You got like some sneezy, watery eyes kind of going on, Bruce. We got a little bit of that going on too with these 9. And the thing is, when you have a few, 1 gets it, and then it just runs through the house. Catitude, no issues at the moment. Awesome. Bruce, yes. Okay. Yeah, it's probably viral, Bruce. You can obviously talk to your daughter, the vet. But if it's viral, then, as you know, there's not really anything that can be done about that. Ain't that right, handsome? If you are new watching this, hello, this is Max. My name is Adam. This is the Giving PAWS. Welcome. We're all about cats here, saving cats, rescuing cats, donating to cat charities. So if that's something you're into, you want to become a subscriber, a follower, feel free to join. If you have any questions about kitties or anything in particular, let me know in chat. Oh, that's amazing. You want this little toy? Hello there, Tranquil. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well today. Hope the family and the kitties are all doing well. We're going to hang out with Max here for a little bit longer, and then we're going to go probably outside and hang out with some of the cats outside. They're wanting to be outside. Roz, as you know, May got a spayed on the 28th. 21 days after she'll have her blood done. Rabies, it takes about 3 to 4 months, and then booked once the checks. Okay, so a little while still, Roz, as far as May goes. I'd imagine it's a little complicated going from one country to another. I mean, even though like the UK and Turkey are kind of close to get together, right? But customs, I guess, and all that stuff. Once checks are done, come around the end of November, a specialized transport company in Turkey, which Shelly is arranging, should they bring her to you? Okay, okay. Bruce, and where she's at, she'll be handling the kitties, and the other cats will be handling dogs. What kind of livestock, Bruce? Like cows, horses? Cows, pigs. I guess a horse maybe is not considered livestock. Rosemary should be with you at the end of November. Okay. Well, I hope obviously, Roz, that all goes well. Hello there, Maria Rumi. Hope you're doing well. You got any kitties? Right now you're looking at Mr. Maximus, who is a shaved kitty. He's a diabetic cat. He's one of 2 diabetic cats that we have. Hello, they're obsessed with horror. Hope you're doing well as well. It definitely is a long time. I would agree with that. 6 months. And I'm sure May will be a healthy little, about maybe she'll be about 8 months then, 9 months, 10 months, something like that. She'll have some of the crazy kittenness out of her. All right, we're gonna say goodbye to Max for now. I'll probably stop by, or actually, I'm gonna open the door. So we're gonna see what else is going on. Maybe we'll get the laser pointer. I gotta get up off the floor, which is not easy when you're old. Hey, Max, you're gonna be free here. As you can see, this is some of the puking that happened last night. Max is eventually wanting to just turn this carpet brown, a dark brown. Hey, Max. Yep, you're free. Orangey. I know, Orangey. This is like the forbidden room now, isn't it, somewhat, with you? Max moves pretty well, though, overall now, even with his neuropathy. As you can see, he's a lot more stable than he was. Let's go and go to another sleepy cat there. Hello there, Raylan. Hope you're doing well. Hi. Now, Rosemary has a new, are you going to play with the little smiley face? She has a new hit single on her latest song, her latest short. Rosemary is another special kitty. She's a deaf little kitty cat. Roz, thank you. Thank you for popping by. Again, I hope all goes well with the pet sitting tonight, and hopefully you get plenty of cuddles and purrs. Hello there, Demetrius. I would love a floor like that, but all I can manage to do is keep it clean with the cats inside. It definitely is difficult cleaning floors with kitties, because sometimes they puke on it, or their litter gets everywhere. Let's see. Bruce, thank you for sending a gifted membership there. Appreciate that. I don't know who that is, though, but hopefully they will enjoy the membership. Yeah, Rosemary's like, I'm old. What do you expect me to do with that thing? I don't really care about it all that much. We're going to hang with Rosemary here for just a little bit. Yes, it is carpet, Demetrius. And to be honest with you, though, I'd rather have like hardwood or like laminate or vinyl upstairs. Bye, Roz. Have a good rest of your day, friend. Take care. Because carpet is a pain to clean. I feel like once carpet is installed, like a week later, it's never clean anymore. It's always dirty. Like Rosemary's nose here. He's always a little dirty. Boop. Boop. He goes boop. I go boop. Sorry, honey. I know I'm bothering you. You want to go to bed. Hello there, Kevin. How you doing today? How's your Catterday been going? Demetrius, are they trained to pee in a specific place you show them? Yes, the litter box, hopefully. Usually the litter box. Such as Rosemary's got two. She's got two litter boxes, so she definitely pees. And sometimes she poops outside the litter box, though, because she's a little gremlin. A Catitude, I'm not sure why YouTube held that message for review. To me, it's perfectly fine. So I don't get it. She must stick her whole face in when she eats. I don't understand Like, I don't understand why YouTube thinks that's an issue, but it's YouTube, so who knows? YouTube is kind of silly sometimes with what it blocks. You know, it's funny with YouTube. I guess they think that's some kind of, I don't know, weird sexual like thing or something, sticking her whole face in when she eats. Who knows? But you know, YouTube also is the same platform where you could basically be like a naked female on here and parade around with nothing on practically, and there'd be no issue with it whatsoever. You know, I just don't get YouTube sometimes. It makes no sense. Demetrius, do you have any dogs or cats yourself? I know you said you love them. Do you have any critters? I'm probably gonna tomorrow in a community post. I'm gonna talk about that giveaway. So we're gonna give away. I have two of these from that company. I'm gonna wind up giving one away. Maybe two eventually. The second one, but the cats do like this, so I don't want to take it from them. But I'll talk about that in the community post tomorrow, and hopefully somebody that I know especially will wind up getting this as a giveaway. But we're gonna leave Rosie, and we're gonna go check on some other cats. All right, you two, you want to play a little bit? Around and around you go, Yoda, huh? You're a little dizzy, buddy. Funny thing, I mean, this isn't even the laser pointer, but it's got all the cats. They like this flashlight too. All right. They like that smiley face. Those two normally don't get along very well, but they're like, it's in the light of we got to get the dot. Or the cool thing about this laser pointer, it's got like different shapes. I think they seem to like the shapes a lot more than just the light, just like the dot, right? That's like the traditional laser pointer dot, but you have like the butterfly. You show a little. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see that. The star comes up pretty good. But they definitely, especially Yoda, he likes the face. I think it's because it's the biggest. It's like a clown. We still got this big old litter box here, automatic litter box, that to be honest with you, after the first couple of days, the cats were not interested, like whatsoever, in that litter box. They barely ever go in it. Oh, that was the baby. You're going to go in. I just said nobody goes in it. Now you're going to go in it. Orangey. Orangey. If you are new here, hello. The black and white one, the tuxedo is Yoda. The calico is the baby. The orange tabby is Tang, and that is 3 of the 9 kitties we live with. Are you tired, baby? Bruce, from what I know, as far as that litter box goes, because I know you're interested in it, as long as it's like a clumping litter, Bruce, you should be fine putting just like a regular clumping, like a scoop away. Anything that clumps, from my understanding when I looked into it, should be fine. They do like recommend like their own special litter, but it's like crazy expensive, so I wouldn't worry about that. So just normal basic clumping litter should be fine. Here comes Tiny, who's not so tiny. Catitude on occasion. Max will chase it. I don't know where he is right now. He probably went under the bed, just this sleep. Demetrius, is this a shelter? No, it is not a shelter. We don't own these cats, though. I don't believe in cat ownership. I don't think you can own another like living being. But these are cat rescues and foster fails. So we are like the cat parents, the cat guardians, cat caretakers, that kind of stuff. But Yoda was a foster fail. The baby, we got a long time ago when I was working in a physical therapy company. Tang was a foster fail. Tiny was a foster fail. Rosemary is a rescue. Max was a foster. No, Max wasn't a foster. He was adopted as a kitten. Kit was an adult foster fail. Yes, baby, it's the smiley face. Tranquil, your cats don't like the covered litter box. They don't go in it. So they got to have like the open top or like the no top litter box. Tranquil, like I'm assuming you're talking about that kind of litter box, right? That's a good litter box too because you can have a senior cat get into it. Yes, Demetrius, these are all house cats. These are all indoor kitties. They do have a screened-in porch, though. Tine Tine? What are you going to do, Tine Tine? You going to get it? Yeah, Tranquil, I definitely prefer the open litter box. The only bad thing about it is, being open, obviously, the kitties can kick the litter around, which isn't the end of the world. I mean, in the end. But it just, it's a little bit more messy. But not the end of the world, obviously. Now, Tiny, when she was a young little kitten, she was very skinny. She was very fast, and she's still kind of fast, but she's kind of chunky. She's like 20 pounds nearly. How do I take them outside? I'll show. We'll see who comes down. So let's go downstairs. Come on, kitties. Come on, Kit. So here, open the door. Come on, Kit. Come on, guys. So here we have a screened-in porch, patio. It's got a few names that we built for them a few years ago. I'm going to turn this this laser off now. These cats are very spoiled. Like I said, we basically built this patio screened-in porch for them. They're used to a screened-in porch. They've had one for like 5 or 6 years now in various houses. Hello, kit. You want to chew on the little laser pointer? Bruce Pancakes is upstairs. She is by my wife, who's taking a nap. So, you know, Bruce, my wife doesn't like to be on camera. So I'm not going to put it on her. But she's up there. I might try to sneak up there in a little bit and see if I can get some footage. I guess this thing doesn't really show up very well on here. But if anybody is new, looks like there's around 50 people or so in here. So if you are new to this channel, new to me, new to these cats, we got 9 of them. My name is Adam. This channel is all about just basically, you know, the kind of the life of these 9 cats. Another cool thing too about this community, which makes it a little bit different, I feel like, is whatever channel money that we get from YouTube through views or through donations, stuff like that, channel memberships, is we donate all the money to cat charities, cat rescue groups across the world. We got quite a few in the US, we got some in the UK, we got some in Asia, we got some in Canada. So if that's something you'd like to be a part of, then feel free to join. Hello there, Joe. How you doing? It's definitely muggy, Tranquil. It's definitely muggy out here, I will say. I didn't necessarily want to come out here, but I know the kitties love being out here. We kind of wish, though, instead of being a screened-in porch, that this was like a sunroom, right? So it's like glass, and if it was glass instead, then we would basically be able to like keep this open like all the time, or have like a little, you know, a little kitty door for them. Because unfortunately, we had a screened-in porch at one point in time, and this one broke the screened-in porch chasing a squirrel, and was gone for like 2 days. So ever since then, whenever we have these cats out, we've had to be out with them, because we don't want something to happen. But yes, it is definitely a little hot out here. Muggy, hot. How about yourself, Tranquil? Probably muggy out there, I'd imagine. Hello there, Sherry McGee. How you doing? If you're new, welcome. You're watching Tang right now. Demetrius, that's a beautiful corner, but when I said outside, yeah, no, we don't take any of these cats out for walks. We did try at one point in time, Demetrius, to leash up a few of these kitties. And what would happen, we'd get a leash on them, and then they would basically just, like, drop, and, you know, then they would just be dragged kitties. So we don't, you know, they didn't walk with us. Tranquil there, though. Tranquil's unique nature experience, Demetrius. If you want to check out some kitties that are outside, she has a mixture of indoor and outdoor kitties, and one in particular named Miracle is harness trained and does a lot of walking. She does a lot of walking with her Miracle out in her woods in her videos. Hello there. I don't know what language that is. I don't want to butcher your name, so I'm going to call you CB. You have a heart there, so I'm assuming you like cats. Hello. Oh, yes, Tang. Let's do some working out here. And 1, 2. And 3, and 4. Joe, I'm going to show Max again if I can. He might have hid under the bed. He had a bit of a rough last 12 hours, Joe. I always like to just be honest with how Max's situation is, because I know a lot of you have, you know, a lot of prayers for Max. But he had a bit of a rough last 12 hours or so. He did some puking. We attribute it
we started to give him some dry food, which was probably a mistake doing that. It probably flared up like his pancreatitis or IBD, something in his gut. So we're back to now just giving him wet food again, and it seems like he hasn't thrown up in about maybe 15 hours or so now, which is good. So it's tricky, Joe. It's one of those things where these are like chronic diseases. So he's just gonna have it for him. You know, he's gonna have it like all of his life. Um, you know, but it's just one of those things. Sherry, you have 3 cats. You got 2 boys and 1 girl. What are their names? Yeah, thank you, Joe. I know there's, like you said, a lot of prayers and well wishes out there. Demetrius, why I find it hard to understand your English? It's hard for Americans, Demetrius, for people to understand my English. I sometimes talk a little too quickly, number one. And number two, I don't pronounce it very well. So you are definitely not alone. I think you can ask like Nine Furballs or like Tranquil. I'm just kind of looking through the chat. Those who have listened to me for a long time. Sometimes it's difficult for it to understand me. I know I talk too fast and I need to slow down and speak. Kevin, poor Max. It's definitely an adventure, Kevin. I mean, we kind of thought with Zelda that we kind of have a grasp on diabetes, but we can basically just throw most of what we learned with Zelda just out of, kind of out. As far as Max goes, he's just a completely different scenario, completely different situation. Yeah, I'm sorry there, CB, that your messages keep on getting held for review. I don't know what it's saying, so I don't know if it's good or bad, but hopefully it's all good. So Sherry, you have Stud. I love the name Stud. Peanut and Simone. Awesome. And got Kit there. She's having a very, very, very important grooming session right now. She's about ready to flop over, it looks like. Kit, you have no shame. Oh, hi, Kit. I know. Am I embarrassing you, Kit? Talking about you. The camera's on you. And you look embarrassed about it, honey. Yes, lick them toes. Yes, that's her transmitting position, Catitude, where she's transmitting to the motherships. Yeah, CB, your messages keep on getting caught by YouTube, so, yeah. Tiny, 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 tiny. Aye. Come here, Kit. Now, those who are new, which I figure probably a lot of you are, Kit here, we did a lot of fostering through the years, and Kit, I still have this light on, it's on the UV one. Kit was our only adult foster that we've ever had. She was abused when she was a little bit younger. So the fostering group that we were working with asked if we could take her on and try to kind of work on her to get her used to humans. That humans are not all humans will not hurt her. Just the bad ones, the evil ones will hurt her. The good ones will not. So we took her on, And for the first several weeks, probably a month or so, she was very shy. We had her quarantined in a room. For the most part, she would just hide under the bed. We'd obviously feed her. We'd have a water fountain in her room. But she would not come out to acknowledge us or anything. She would eat the food. She would go to the bathroom, but she didn't want to associate with us at all. So just over time, we would keep on going into that room, and we'd keep on spending time with her, even though she would be under the bed, and we would be, above the bed, right, on top of the bed, on the bed. Over a period of maybe 2 months or so, she eventually started to come out and realize that, hey, we're not going to harm you, we're not going to hurt you, kit, and that we're good. And now she's probably the most like attention greedy kitty that we have. She's always wanting attention. She's always coming up and especially wanting shoulder and butt rubs. I'm sure probably some of your kitties, they always like that butt being rubbed. They're all about their butt being rubbed. Sometimes their shoulders being rubbed. Sometimes their cheeks, their chins being rubbed. So that's just a little bit about Kit. Never give up on kitties. They can be amazing companions with you. Even if they've faced some trauma in their life. Most of these cats are older. Kit's about 8 or 9 or so. The baby's like 13. Tiny's one of the younger ones. She's like 4. Hello there, Glare Bear. It's nice to see you. Hopefully you got that nap, Glare Bear. I remember somebody talking to you about a nap on Shelly's live stream from earlier. Hello there, love, joy, and peace. Are you able to get these beauties spayed or neutered? I also had a number show up at your home and managed over time to get them all fixed. So, love, joy, and peace. First of all, hello, welcome. If you are new, nice to meet you. All of these cats are spayed or neutered. We have 6 female kitties and we have 3 male kitties, and they've all been fixed. I'm definitely into spaying and neutering. Keep populations down because there are way too many unwanted cats and dogs out there in the U.S. and across the world. So we definitely, we need to, as a species ourselves, we need to do a better job in taking care of these animals. And some of us do, but unfortunately, some of us don't as a species. As the human race, unfortunately. That's why another thing, love, joy, and peace, that we do. Hello there, Sue. In this community, love, joy, and peace, we donate all of our channel revenue to various cat community or to cat rescues across the world that helps them trap, neuter, and release if they are feral. It helps them pay for their medical costs. This community will help them pay to feed, to feed kitties, and help them find forever homes as well in various places across the world. And like Bruce just said there, please, if you adopt a senior cat. Totally agree. I'm always going to advocate for our senior felines. Quite often you will see kittens and younger cats. They get adopted very quickly through foster or through shelters because a lot of people are not interested in an older cat. They see a cute little kitten playing, and they think that, okay, well, I'm going to get this cute little kitten for myself or maybe for a family member or something. And, the truth is kittens only act like kittens normally for their first year in life. And then they become a cat. And a lot of that playfulness goes away. But they still need the love, the attention, and the respect that a lot of people do not give them. And those kittens, once they get older, maybe they create some kind of an issue or something, or have some kind of medical issue, and unfortunately a lot of those cats get put back into shelters, or worse, they get abandoned, or they get dumped, and that's a serious issue kind of across the world. That's something that we like to try to highlight also, as well. Bruce, no, unfortunately, we have not had any other seniors get adopted yet, the ones that we sponsored from Safe Haven. So right now we still have those same six, and we also have an additional one. So right now there are seven seniors, with Safe Haven. So when the time comes here, probably in a week or two, if we have to sponsor all of those senior cats again, we will. And then obviously, though, because we're sponsoring more of those cats there, we won't be able to sponsor as much, or donate to as many other places that particular month again. So it might only wind up being like three places again. But I think the community is okay with that and understands, and they always like to sponsor these senior kitties. Love, joy, and peace. I live in the state of North Carolina. The cool thing about YouTube, though, is even if you're just in one state, you can kind of reach the world, with a message, and you can get like-minded people to join, to be part of something bigger and something greater than yourself. And that's one of the good things, with these types of channels. So I'll always advocate with senior cats, and always advocate speaking up for those who cannot. I mean, our feline friends. Hello there. Is it Ian? Aeon? I don't. I'm very. I'm definitely. I always struggle with names, so my apologies in advance. If I butchered your name, I probably did. But hello there from India. Hope you're doing well. Hello there, TT Channel. Hope you're doing well. Elizabeth, hello as well. Hope you are all doing well. Do y'all have cats? Hope everybody's having a good Saturday here. I normally do these lives for about an hour. I might, though, go 2 hours today. We will see. Kind of depends on how my voice feels after that hour. I pretty much do try to engage with the chat the whole time. I like engaging and talking to those who come to this live. So if you have any questions or anything, then please, let me know. Aeon, I'm just gonna call you A if it's okay. Or do you have a nickname? Because I don't want to screw your name up. Yes, there are a few cats here. There's 9. Hello from Indonesia. Hello. Oops, I just pointed this in my face for some reason, and I turned on the flashlight. I don't know why I did that. So I just temporarily blinded myself. Oh, that's Yoda. Come here, Yoda. Yoda's a little special. He normally doesn't like to come out on the screen porch. He kind of likes the air conditioning inside the house. Love, joy, and peace. Yep, they are healthy, chubby. We got a couple of chubbers. Rima, it's been such a long time. How are you doing, Rima? How is schooling going? How is everything going out there, Rima? I would definitely try to get Max for you, Rima. I don't know if you've been like following the community posts, Rima, on Max's situation, but I hope you have, though. He's hanging in there. Sherry, it's raining in Georgia. Okay, we had some rain here in North Carolina. You can call me AK. Okay, AK works. I appreciate that, AK. That's a lot easier for me. Rima, you're doing good. Awesome. Yeah, we're gonna hang out here for a little bit longer, and then we'll go back inside and show off some more of these kitties, and hopefully get Max, Pandora, Zelda, on the live here. Those who don't know, Zelda is our 20-year-old diabetic kitty. She's had diabetes for going on 10 plus years, so know that diabetes is not a death sentence. It can definitely be difficult to manage, though, a cat that has diabetes. They definitely have some special considerations, food-wise, health-wise, that you need to be aware of. And to be honest with you, cost-wise. I don't shy away from topics like finances. I know some people are a little uncomfortable when talking about money, but I like to be kind of real with finances. It's not a cheap thing having 9 cats. Litter and water and food alone, it does cost quite a bit. Then you throw in medical care. It gets expensive, but that's kind of the responsibility that you take on when you bring on a kitty or a doggy into your life. Rima, to answer your question, overall, I'm doing fairly well. I don't know if you know Rima or not. I had gallbladder surgery about close to 2 months ago now, 6 weeks ago, and I'm basically recovered from that. But I definitely underestimated the gallbladder. Yes, Sue, I'm blinding myself. I want to become a blind human. No. I don't know why I did that. I just looked at it and pressed the button. I don't know, one of those weird things. AK, no, I'm not rich. I'm rich in spirit, and I'm richer with these cats. But I'm, to be honest with you, I'm poor. Me and my wife, we're house poor, mortgage poor, and cat poor. Pretty much all of our money goes to our mortgage and to these cats, basically. Catitude, you just watched Rosemary singing debut. Which one, Catitude? She's got two singing. Well, she's technically got two. She's got the hot dog one, which I guess was her original one. And then she has her newest silly one. Love, joy, and peace. You got to go. Thank you for caring and loving the innocents. Love to be a part of it too. Certified. Yeah. So hopefully, love, joy, and peace. I do live streams a couple times a week, Saturdays and Tuesdays usually. So hopefully, I will catch you. I will catch you on another one. And take care. God bless. And we will hopefully see you in the community. And again, welcome. AK, I try to be a good person. I don't know about a great person. I try to do the best I can, day to day, and try to make a mark in this world when I'm gone. So I just do the best that I can.
Hello, boobers. Hi, baby. I know the boobers.
The baby has many nicknames. Boobers is one of them. I'm surprised YouTube doesn't kind of like have a problem with me saying boobers because it's used to something else, or it sounds like something else somewhat, but I seem to be okay with that. Or YouTube seems to be okay with me saying that, but she's got a nickname. She's got many nicknames. Nutcase also is another one. Tranquil, your battery is almost dead. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your day, Tranquil. If you have a live later, I will try to catch it tonight. If not, I will see you sometime in the future. Bye, Tranquil. Take care. All right, when I'm gonna leave the screened-in porch here, some of these cats are gonna have a bit of a fit because they do not like being told to go back inside. Kit in particular, but the baby especially. The baby will definitely plead her case to me. She'll get whiny to me, but she's got to have to go back in, and we're gonna go back in a couple of minutes, so we can kind of show some folks who might be new here some of these other cats. And if you do have any questions, just let me know. Rima, it's cloudy, it's muggy out here in NC. I think the humidity is probably like in the 80s or 90 percentile, and we're probably at about 85 degrees. So it's definitely, the cats are loving it, but I'm not loving it. Sue, your internet is cutting out intermittently. One thing you can try, Sue, that might work if you're hearing every other word, but if it's an internet issue, it might not, is leaving the live and then coming back in and seeing if that makes a difference. I've noticed sometimes when a person leaves a live and comes back in, everything kind of clears up. The baby, Sue, that's the baby there. Hello there, is it Azalea? Hello. I love that little icon. It looks like a little cat. I kind of got old eyes, but I hope you're doing well.
Kit, what?
Azalea, do you have cats yourself? Hello there, Debbie. How you doing today on this Saturday? I hope you're doing well. We are just hanging out with a few of these fur balls outside. We got Kit out here. We got Tiny out there. We got the baby out there, over there, I should say. Of course, we got a Rice Krispies box that is Rosemary's kind of like hidey hole when she's outside. She loves being in her crisper box because she's a crispy cat. You have one cat. What is the kitty's name?
Oh, you Kit, I know you're going to bite me because I'm going to spank your butt.
Joe, how are Jack and Bob doing? Are they doing well? AK, which is the most naughty? This one probably, I would say, is one of the most naughty ones. Kit. Kit acts like she's kind of the queen. She's the wannabe queen. She likes to just boss everybody around. So I would say Miss Kit here. Rima, Yoda doesn't see. Yoda's a bit of a weird one. Rima, he'll come out here if I have his pink hammock out here because he loves his pink hammock. But he kind of likes to linger in between where the screened-in porch and the inside. So he likes the air conditioning. Don't we all? Azalea, your cat's name is it Basil? Basil or Basil? I say Basil, I guess. Oh, Jack and Bob are sulking. I'm sorry to hear that, Joe. Yeah, we had that about a week ago or so. Where we rained all week, Joe, and the cats couldn't go outside. They weren't happy about it themselves. But, you know, it's life. Bruce, the hammocks, they're inside. Sometimes I bring them outside, sometimes I don't. I wasn't necessarily expecting to go outside on this live today, but here we are. All right, kitties. All right, we're going to go back in. We're going to go try to find Max if we can. He might be hiding under a bed. And go see if we can see Zelda and Rosemary and some of the others. Come on, Tiny. Let's go in. Come on. Come on. All right, baby now. Yeah, you're going to be tough, aren't you? Come on. Come on. Baby. Come on. All right, baby. That wasn't too bad, was it? Did you plop? Did you have a hard life, honey? See, that's what I was talking about with Kit. Although Yoda is a bit of a punk, though, I will say. Yoda kind of bothers everybody. But Kit normally is the hissing queen. It's crazy that when you step back inside into a cool room. Oh, do you, Azalea? Yeah, this is a pretty... I'm going to give this away to one of the community members. It's got... yeah, Joe, it's a smiley face. Let me put it on here. So we have... Well, I guess it works on the floor. We have a smiley face. You have like a rat. You have just the basic laser pointer, right? The kind of the boring one that nobody really cares about. You have like a butterfly. And you have a smiley face, and you have a star. So there's a few different shapes that this laser pointer makes, which is pretty cool. I'm actually going to be giving this away to somebody in the community as a giveaway in a post tomorrow. So if anybody's interested in that, look out for a community post tomorrow. I'll update Max's situation, and I got a few other things I need to update to talk about real briefly, and then I'll talk about this giveaway. Because we have 2 of them, and we don't need 2 of them. All right, Rima, let's see if hopefully we can find Max. Hello, Yoda. You said it's mine. You're not going to give this to anybody. I'm going to slobber on it. And I'm going to chew on it. Yes, Tang? Are you a good boy? All right, Rima, let's see if we can find Max. Oh, you ordered one, Sue? Awesome. I hope the kitties and maybe doggies even. Hopefully they enjoy. What, Yoda? Hopefully they enjoy it. Yoda. Yeah, normally we have our food bowls down, but because we're we're basically eliminating Max's dry food eating right now because it's not good for him. We have these up. And thankfully all the other cats, they can obviously jump up and get them. Hi, Tiny. Yoda, you gotta look down, buddy, not up, down. Yoda. Hey guys, let's head upstairs. Yes, the cats love this laser toy. It is pretty bright during the daylight as well. I mean, obviously it's a lot brighter at nighttime, but yeah, you can see it clearly. All right, let's see. Is Max? Oh, he's not under that bed. He's not over in that room. Glitterberry, you remember the day laser pointers just came out as a kid? Ice Cream Man would sell them for $20. Wow. All right, Rima, let me quietly. Yoda's. Yes, Yoda. Oh. All right, we gotta go under the bed. Oh, hold on. All right, there's a little bit of Max. I can't turn the flashlight apparently on this phone because I'm on YouTube, but can I turn that? There we go. Rima Max has had a bit of a rough last 12 hours or so. He did a lot of throwing up. He we feel like he probably ate maybe too much dry food. We tried to give him some dry food just to get a little bit of carbs in him, because with wet food it's mostly all protein. Maybe he'll come out. Okay. All right, let's get over there then. So let's get up off the floor. Oh.
Hi, Mr. Maximus. Come on, buddy. I know, Maxie, I scared you. I almost tripped. Max. Hi, buddy. Come here, Maxie. Oh, let me pick you up and take you over here. I know, you're okay. You're okay, you're okay. Here, Max, let's sit down for a moment. Hi, buddy. Bruce, Max's numbers have been rolling like in the threes, which isn't terrible, but it needs to be lower still. But we've been hesitant on giving him insulin, too much insulin, because we don't want him to crash. We don't want him to go hypo, which is scary. Yeah, he is thinner, Rima. He's definitely lost some weight. He's around 11 pounds or so now, 11.3. So he's definitely been losing a little bit of weight. We got the three boys with us right now. Tang, Yoda, and Max. Max is he'll be 10 years old, Joe, come September. Yeah, Max, he doesn't really care about this light too much. Catitude. Is it a good thing that he's losing weight? Maybe, Catitude. And the reason I say maybe is he might be losing weight due to him eating less dry food. Because dry food has more carbs in it, more carbs equals more calories, right? Wet food doesn't have as much carb, it's more protein. So it is a potential that him losing weight is a good thing, as long as he doesn't lose too much weight. And we're trying to kind of balance, like giving him enough food and not giving him too much food. It's about a can and a half of food, a 5.5 ounce can and a half, so about 9 ounces, 10 ounces a day seem to be a good spot for him from what we've been noticing, just trying to maintain his weight. Now, he also, I mean, again, just to be real, he could be losing weight because of the pancreatitis. That can cause, even if you're eating well, you can have weight loss. The IBD, irritable bowel disease, can be a reason also. Unfortunately, we haven't completely ruled out something like lymphoma, cancer. That is still on the table. We're actually going to be doing a blood panel here in about a week or so that goes off to a special place in Texas that will kind of detect, I think it detects like lymphoma and it detects other issues in the system. So he might be having something like that as well. So cancer is not off of the table yet. And obviously something like cancer, lymphoma, can definitely cause weight loss. Diabetes in itself can cause weight loss too, until it becomes regulated again. Sherry, thank you for the kind words there. Hello there, Rosemary. Hope you've been doing well. Yeah, Catitude. Hopefully, I explained that in a way that made sense. I know sometimes, like when I'm saying it, it makes sense to me, but it doesn't make sense to others. But he's walking pretty good overall. He's got to go check out Tang and Tiny. Tiny's being bothered by his her brother. Ugh. I know, cats. You're always getting me off and on the floor. Let's check him actually. So this is a cool thing. So those who have never seen this before, all right, so we have this other phone, right? And we were able to keep up kind of like what his numbers are. through this continuous glucose monitoring thing. You can kind of see he's kind of been, up and down. Hello there, Charlotte. Hope you're doing well. So what we do, we put this phone right next to the... Max has got to stay still, though. Hold up, Max. Max. Hang on, buddy. Here, I need you to sit down for a second. Nope. Maxie. So we'll eventually Max will cooperate. Max, come here, buddy. Here, I need you to lay down. I need you to lay down for like 2 seconds, which he's just not wanting to. Okay, we're going to put this... And it's going to say an error. Sometimes it does this. Sometimes it's annoying because it'll keep on saying sensor error. And sometimes it's due to movement. Come on, buddy. You need to lay down. You need to lay down for a second. It kind of scans it like a QR code. But when it does this for a few times, when it keeps on reading sensor error, what I need to do, I've noticed, is I have to restart the phone. So we'll get back to that in a second. Because I want to show you how this works. So I just got to make sure he doesn't go back under the bed before we get him scanned again to see where he's at. Bruce, yeah, he's definitely gotten more stable with his walking. He's not as drunk with his walking, which is an improvement, which is good. Glover used to donate plasma to buy kitty food for the homeless cats for a good 8 years without a real job. I did it because I wanted to. That's my mark. Well, that's good, Glover. Good to hear. That's a very good cause. I think my aunt used to donate plasma quite a bit as well when she was a little bit younger. And then I think she had to stop for some reason. I don't remember the reason. Kevin, it's definitely the monitoring, the thing that he's got on his side, the continuous glucose monitor. It's a blessing, and you always know what's going on with these numbers. But it's a cursing because you're always obsessed with scanning and seeing what is going on with these numbers. Joe, do the other cats bother? On occasion, especially this one, Yoda. He likes to play with him. He'll kind of get behind him and he'll kind of vampire the back of his neck. It seems to be a male tuxedo thing. All right, so let's see if this works now. All right, so like I was trying to show, I'm just going to put this by the sensor. It's going to vibrate a couple of times, and okay, yeah, so there we go. That's what will pop up. So as you all can see, right now he's at 383. Now this is not his glucose number though. This is his interstitial fluid, which is always runs a little bit higher than the actual glucose. I'm going to let him go now though. Always runs higher though than the actual glucose. But 383 is probably more so you're around like 300 or so with his actual glucose, which, being a diabetic and only being on 1 unit of insulin right now, because we got to get his numbers up. We got to get him used to having insulin again and not crashing his system. 383 is not bad, but that's kind of what it does. The sensor lasts for 14 days, and then you have to have a new one put on. And it was just put on. That one was just put on just a day, just yesterday. Hello there, Maria. How you doing? How many times does he go for a vet check? He's gone to a vet quite a bit, Rima, recently. He had a couple of ER visits. He's had some regular vet visits. So he's quite a bit recently. He went just yesterday to get that sensor put on him.
He's going to go to the vet again in about a week because there's a special test, a blood test that they have to do that gets sent out to Texas that kind of detects lymphoma, cancer, and detects some other issues. Charlotte, I appreciate the kind words there. I don't necessarily see myself like that. I just see myself as being just a responsible cat parent here and just doing what we all of us should do as cat parents. That's kind of what we, what is it, Yoda? That's kind of what we signed up for when we brought, cats or dogs into our homes is a lifetime commitment and to do whatever we can to improve their lives. Glibber, sometimes you gotta shoo away the other cats from the not feeling so good ones. I had a blind kitty and the other ones would attack her while trying to, yeah, for sure, Glibber. And we do have, like, this is a 4-bedroom kitty, a 4-bedroom cat house. It's a 4-bedroom house. So, we do have, like, rooms for, like, the sick ones, or if we have to quarantine somebody, we do have the space, thankfully, when that comes to that. And Rosemary, as some of you know, Rosemary's got her own, up and off the floor. Oh, she does have her own room, and she's got her own sign, which is pretty cool. Yoda.
Maxie. Hi, Maximus. What's up, buddy? What's up, Mr. Maximus? You're a good boy. You want to sniff it? Yes, you're a good boy. You have your aerodynamic shaving going on here. By the end of the summer, Max will be bald completely. You gonna do some toiletry business there, buddy? All right. Speaking of Rosemary, let's go visit her again. She's probably just sleeping, though. Yeah, these kitties even like just the flashlight. I mean, that kind of turns certain ones on. Like, ooh, there's a light. Let me get the light. Joe, is Rose or is Zelda about? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Joe. Is she around? Is that what you mean? All right, let's go check on Poopy. Poopy's one of Rosemary's nicknames. Hi, honey. Poopy, Gremlin. The little space alien. She is around, Joe, yes. My wife is taking or trying to take a bit of a nap. So she is up there on the bed. I will try to, in a few minutes, I will try to sneak a quick visual so you can check out Zelda. Just give me a few minutes on that. Now, I think there's a good fair of new folk in here because we got around 50 plus or so in here right now. I'm going to tell those a little story about this particular cat here named Rosemary, who is probably around 16, 17, 17, 18, somewhere in that range. She's lived with us for the last 2.5 years. She is deaf. She has thyroid disease. And most of you probably already know about this, but maybe some of you don't. Oh, I always need to bother my wife, Joe. Oh, yeah, that's part of being married, Joe, is always bothering your spouse when you can. Really bothering her would be filming her, which I'm
to do, but that would truly be bothering her. Um, Let me read Glare Bear's comment first before I get to this story that some of you have already heard, but those who knew maybe not. Your tuxedo boy, tuxedo kitty looks just like Maxie, but he's doing good since you got steroid shots a long time ago. Expensive out there in California. You're just glad that he's normal, but he's more skinnier. You know, there is a chance, Glare Bear, talking about steroids. So let me do a sidetrack here briefly on Max. About 6 months ago, Max has always been like how can I say this? He's always been kind of a loud breather. We always feel like he's an asthmatic kitty, but when the vets ever, like listen to him breathe and listen to his lungs, it's always clear, but he just always seems like he's like asthmatic. So to kind of potentially help that, this last November, December or so, October, November, we put him on a steroid for a few weeks to see if there was an improvement, which there was. And then we took him off to see if the improvement stopped, which it did. And then we put him on again for a few more weeks or so, and then we just stopped. Now, there is, unfortunately for us, a possibility that the reason Max developed diabetes was because of the steroids, because there is a small, sometimes there's a small chance when a cat, I don't know about a dog, but when a cat is on steroids, they can develop diabetes, unfortunately. So hopefully, we're not kind of in a way the cause of Max's diabetes in a sense, trying to help him with his like breathing issues, but you never know, unfortunately. Hello there, Raymond. Hope you're doing well today. Thanks for popping in. But the story that I wanted to talk about here or tell, especially if anybody happens to be new here, listening in to me and to my ramblings about Rosemary. So about 2.5 years ago, I was working in an animal hospital, and one day, Rosemary's owner, I don't like the term owner, came in with her, and she wanted to put her down. The reason why she wanted to put her down, she said she couldn't take care of her. So at least she was being honest. So I can kind of somewhat appreciate that the fact, hey, I can't take care of this cat, so I'm trying to put this cat down. She said she had been to several other clinics like in the area, and they said no, we cannot, and we are not going to put this cat down because this cat is healthy, and we just will not do this service for you. Sorry. Not really sorry though. So our animal staff, like our veterinarian staff and hospital manager, they did a once over on her. They checked her out, and they also determined that she was deaf, but that she was a little skinny, but that she was in overall decent health. So they told the lady that also no, we cannot in good conscience put this cat down because she still has life in her. Thankfully, they came up with that decision. Yes, is your claw? Hi. Is it your finger and my finger and your foot time? So, like I said, thankfully they declined. But what they did do, though, they said we can take her on. You can just basically give her to us, kind of surrender her, which is what they did. And for about 6 months or so, there were various people within the the hospital that I was working at. They were always saying like they were going to take her home, they were going to bring her on to their crew, but nothing ever happened. People would just say these things, and I understand, life happens, but they would always say, hey, we're gonna take this cat on, but it just never happened. So eventually, my wife and I were moving out of the area, and I asked the staff, like, well, can I take Rosemary on? Because I don't want her knowing that I know her and knowing that I've kind of like helped her over these last 6 months. You kind of grow a bond to them, right? Because you're taking care of them basically day to day, as kind of a hospital cat.
Can I take her home and give her a real life, not just one that's just behind bars, 24/7 in a small cage, basically? And thankfully they agreed. And she was the second cat that we've done the same situation to. We've done this a couple of times. And well, long story short, basically, she's been with us now for about 2.5 years. And so she's been good. The only thing, she just doesn't get along well with the others, so hence that's why she has her own rooms. We do let her out though several times throughout the day, so she can kind of have run of the house, and then the other ones, they'll go into their room. But anyways, that's just a little backstory for those who might be new to this channel, and maybe interested in these cats. I'm always looking for new people here. Always looking for growing this community. We are a community of cat lovers, cat friends, cat parents, and so forth. So if you happen to be new, and if that's something that you can get behind, then feel free to join the community and so forth. She ended up where she belongs. I agree, Catitude. And then Kevin, glad you took Rosemary in. Couldn't give up your cat by any means. He's family for sure. And that's the big difference. I feel also with like a cat owner and a cat parent. Some people don't. They're like, "What's the difference?" I mean, why should I call you a cat parent, or why should I call myself just a cat owner? It's like, what difference does it make? And it's like, to me, it makes all the difference in the world, because your mind frame is so much different. If you're just a cat owner, then what are you going to do? You're just going to do the basics. You're going to provide food, litter, shelter, a toy or two. But that's it, though. There's nothing deeper. There's no like a deeper connection a deeper bond that you have with this animal. Now, to me at least, if you consider yourself a cat parent or a cat kahoo or a cat caretaker or a cat guardian, something that has a little bit more depth, a little bit more meaning to it, excuse me, um, then I feel like you're going to see them in a different light, and you're going to have kind of like that deeper connection with them. I know a few people are saying like family for sure. It's just a completely different mindset. You would just look at things so much differently if from a cat parent to a cat owner. I don't know. That's just kind of my thing. I'll get off my soapbox before I fall off my soapbox, if you will. So yeah, Rosemary, owner is like owning an object, like a piece of furniture, right? Or like a car, or like silverware, or like a clothing. I mean, it's so much different than another living being, something that has life to it, something that's got emotions and thoughts and feelings and all that stuff. So excuse me. Now, of course, saying all that, I mean, those, Sherry, I appreciate the subscription. I hope that you find this place a place that you can come to, a place that welcomes. If you all want to say hello to Sherry, I would appreciate that. Um, so what I was saying though too is this isn't like I'm not like all serious either. Just sometimes I'll get on a bit of a topic during these live streams, and I'll kind of rant a little bit on it. But I have a ton of like silly videos and just silliness as well. Um, just the other day, I was having this light on, and I was talking about the UV light, and I was like saying like, hey, this is kind of a cool feature here, because it like detects like counterfeit dollar bills because it's a UV light, but you could also like detect like cat pee maybe, or like other nasty things on like bed sheets. So like take this to a hotel sometime, something like this, and turn off the lights and use an ultraviolet light, and see what kind of stains you might have
everywhere. You might want to leave the hotel after that. So you might not want to actually do that. Not to gross people out, of course. But I don't know. What's that? You said you're done. You said, Daddy, you need to stop filming. You've been on for an hour and a half now. And nobody's listening to your ramblings anymore. Oh, she's a good Rosemary. She is. Hello there. Is it Anastasia? I'm terrible at pronunciating, so I'm gonna call you AV if that's okay. Hello. I always tell people if you want to have a good laugh, just put a word that's hard to pronunciate in the chat, and I will try to say it. Oh, I know. That's your little. I know that's your little belly. I know. You have a sensitive little belly sometimes. I know, baby girl. Oh, you're getting a little feisty. I know. I see you got that claw. You got the claws out now, and you got that look in your eye. Even though Rosemary's got some age to her, she's still a feisty little one sometimes. Are you going to let me go? Okay. You're going to come to a peaceful arrangement here, honey. Yoda, I hear you out there. All right, Rosemary, we're going to leave you. We're going to see what Yoda wants here. Probably right at the door. Go, Yoda. Yoda, is that what you think about it? Okay, Joe, is it onamat? Yoda's trying to pronounce it for me. Onomatopoeia? I'm not sure, Joe. Do you know how to say it? Pronounce it. I'm assuming you do. But I say onomatopoeia. What is it? Is it some kind of like cat disease or something? Or condition? Hi, Yoda. You want to tell me how to say it? You're like, I know how to say it, human. But just make me go in circles again. That's what I really want to do. On a motorcyclopia. On a motorcyclopia. Thank you, Ray. Yes, I'm hooked on phonics. Try onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia? All right. I growing up in elementary school, I had a speech impediment, and I guess I still do. So I was kind of made fun of on occasion because I couldn't pronunciate, especially like R's and W's. R's and W's big time. Like saying like railroad. So it kind of sounds like well, like a W instead of an R. Railroad. But railroad. I mean, even the word Pacific, right? So like the ocean, Pacific, like the Pacific Ocean. And then if you put an S in front of that, saying like something is specific. So instead of saying specific, I'll say like Pacific still. I don't know. I'm special. I like to say I've had too much catnip and inhaled too much cat litter through the years. So does anybody have any plans going on tonight or today? Ourselves, we just got to do some exciting stuff like doing the laundry, feeding the cats. Not too much beyond that. I do have a video that I need to put together. I got to, what do I got to do again? I got to do 2 more reviews still. If you haven't watched my latest video, if you could, that would be awesome. But no worries on it. It's just reviewing a cat litter box. So it's reviewing that cat litter box, which I'm probably going to give away. Or I do have somebody who might be interested in it, so I probably won't give it away until we confirm potentially with them. But I won't say any more. Rosemary, you're gonna ride your bike. Bruce, you got a Call of Duty playing at 9 or at 8. I mean, Kevin painted the living room today, and now you're having a beverage, an adult beverage, let's say, and watching kitty cats. Awesome. Around and around you go, Yoda. Where you stop, who knows? Hello there, River. Been a while. Hope you've been doing well. Nice to see you. We were just watching Yoda go around in circles here like a little nutcase. Mr. Maximus. How you doing, Mr. Maximus?
River Max had a bit of a rough 12 hours. He threw up quite a bit. We're still kind of in that situation where we're kind of figuring out Max's kind of like what to do, what like the best thing to do for him is. We're slowly getting there. He had a new sensor put on him over there, just to kind of continuously be able to just check his sugar levels. So he's doing okay. Yep, one of those CGMs. Yep, Ray, exactly. Joe, that word that I couldn't say, it means, what does it mean? It means a word that is the same as a sound. It's like meow, cuckoo, or boo. Oh, okay. Bye, Max. Let's follow Max a little bit. Oh, he's not going far. Yes, we feel like we're starting to figure some stuff out, River, as far as Maximus goes. But yes, it can definitely take some time to figure out these kitties. But thankfully, hey Maxie, thankfully he's a good boy. He's a trooper. He's patient with us, and he's hanging in there. Yoda, don't do anything foolish there. Sometimes Yoda will get behind Max here, and he'll jump on him, and he'll just kind of like bite his like neck, and he'll bite this area. Rosemary, the last time we weighed Max, he was about 11.3, 11.4 pounds. So he has dropped a little bit of weight over the last couple of weeks. Not a ton of weight, but a little bit of weight. We're probably going to give him some sub-Q fluids tonight. He could probably
Yeah, I don't know if some of you know this or not. This is called like it's kind of like a hydration test. So you'll kind of go to the back of the cat's, kind of like between their shoulder blades, and you'll pull up their skin and you kind of make a tent. And then depending on how quickly it comes back, it kind of snaps back. That'll show like levels of dehydration. He is relatively hydrated, but he can definitely use some fluids, and we will give him some fluids tonight. Um, yeah, he's a little dehydrated, but being a diabetic, though, they're always a little dehydrated. So if it's something that all of you could do, if you didn't know how to do that or how to check like your hydration levels of your cat, you can just do that. Just the back of their, kind of between their shoulder blades, just pull up and then see how quickly it goes down. Now, I will say if you do have older cats, if you do have older cats, their skin loses some elasticity, so it doesn't. It's naturally not going to snap back as quickly to begin with. I mean, I can do it on Yoda here since he's right here. Lay down, Yoda. So you can. He's gonna bite me. So you can kind of see the difference, right? How quickly. Yeah, I know Yoda, you're not a fan, but how quickly his skin is coming back. It just snaps right back so quickly. He's like, you better leave me alone or you're not going to have fingers. There is another way of doing it. I wouldn't recommend it unless you want to potentially get yourself bitten. So if you go in the cat's mouth, and Yoda's not going to cooperate with this, but if you stick your finger in the cat's mouth and if you feel their gums, and if their gums feel like sticky or if their gums feel kind of tacky, then that's another telltale sign that there is some dehydration going on. It should feel smooth. So I can kind of, no, he's just not gonna let me do it. I would do it, but he's not gonna cooperate with me. Yeah, you kind of just put your finger in there. He's like, what are you doing? You're about to have one finger missing. Hello there, Steve B. How you doing? Maximus. Oh. Oh. I know, Kat, you're making me work on this live. I'm getting up and down so often here. Whew. Yeah, we got to clean up Max's puke here. I mean, we got a steam cleaner, so we got to steam this out. Hi, Tuxedo Boys. How you doing? Hi, Yoda. River, it definitely can be a workout. Hey, Tine Tine. All these tuxedos are having a party here. Appreciate that, Steve. Thank you very much for that super. That'll go in June donations, I do believe. I'm losing track. But I appreciate that. Max. Maximus. Come here, Maxie. You're like, no, I'm good where I'm at. Bye, River. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Nice of you to swing by, stop by. It was nice seeing you. Hi guys, where are we at? An hour and 45 minutes. I think this is about the longest live stream I've done where I've done talking like these kind of live streams, I think ever. So I'm going to see if I can go to 2 hours. I might cut it a little short because I will say talking the whole time. It does kind of get to you a little bit.
Mr. Maximus. He's a good boy. Just kind of a random question for everybody who wants to answer in chat. Hello there, Cersei. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. What is your guys' favorite condiment? I think mine is probably has to be. I do like ketchup and mustard. Even mayonnaise isn't too bad, but I would have to say barbecue sauce. I think barbecue sauce is the most versatile of condiments. You can put it on many, many things. How you doing, Cersei? Maximus here is he's doing okay. He had a bit of a throwing up session earlier in the morning and into last night, but he's hasn't thrown up now for about 12 hours, so hopefully we've gotten past his little pukey moment. Let's see, ketchup, horseradish. Horseradish, that's an interesting one. Horseradish isn't too bad in small quantities for me. HP sauce. What is HP sauce, Steve? I don't know if I've heard of that before. HP sauce. Barbecue, Thousand Island, and animal style fries. Hot sauce, but not too hot, so kind of like mild hot sauce. Mustard. Tried that on your Siamese, didn't move. Bruce, you mean did you try the skin test? The tent skinning test, like the hydration test, and it didn't move, like it didn't go down at all? Or can you like give me a little bit of info? So Bruce, so you went like here, right? Like the back of the kind of the shoulder blades, and you pulled up, and it didn't really, did it kind of like sag down a little bit? Oh, it wouldn't go up. Okay. Maybe she's got very tight skin then, Bruce. Is she a younger cat? Is she an older cat? Tiny, I think Tiny's got like such a 7 years old, so she's kind of middle aged then. I'm not sure then, Bruce, on that. Maybe some kitties just don't have enough skin in that area to do that test too. I think Tiny would probably be the same situation because Tiny doesn't really have a neck to speak of. Hi, boys. HB sauce is kind of like barbecue. It's British. Okay. You something. Ooh, Mr. Maximus is getting insight here from his pen. Oh, he's a good boy. Steak sauce, is that like what, A1 or one A1? Yeah, okay, A1. Nope. Hi, Tang. Yeah, see, Tang. You can see how quickly that snaps back down. Let's get some Tang butt there. YouTube, make sure you censor that later. We don't want no cat heinies on these lives. Human heinies are allowed, no problem, but we can't have a cat heinie though. That's against our rules. and we will enforce it big time. Oh yeah, Kevin, I sweet rays. Yeah, I get that. I think is that I think that's what I get at the grocery store. They have like different flavors of it. If I'm thinking of the same barbecue sauce. And this is how you charge this laser pointer. Just goes into a UB. Everything goes into a UB port now, right? Like nothing has a plug anymore. I know it's kind of blurry. Orangey, you gotta look cute for the camera. Nope, camera's on now. Must do non-cute things. Yeah, I'm not really a steak fan. My wife is a big steak person. I always just, I don't know, to me, like steak is like chewy meat. I've just never been into eating steak. Maybe like once a year, I'll eat some kind of steak product or some kind of roast beef or something, but not all that often. And for that giveaway, for this giveaway thing, I'm not going to give away this one because obviously these cats' mouths have been on it, and it's been like my hands have been on it. It's just been it's being used. So I'll do the one that hasn't been used at all because it came in a two. It comes in a package of two. So that'll be the one that's given away. Joe, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. It was, as always, nice chatting with you here. Love those videos with Jack and Bob. Those are always really cool, fun videos. If those of you don't know Jack and Bob, she has a cool channel with a tuxedo kitty and a black cat. I would definitely like check her out. And yeah, it's a good channel. Very good humor with Bob answering questions right now. But I think I'm going to stop a little short of 2 hours. My voice is getting a little dry. I do have to check on Maximus here and his numbers, and we have to give him some food because he's probably a little hungry, because he's always a little hungry being a diabetic. So I'm going to start to say my goodbyes to everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. If you are or were new to this channel, and this is something that you can get behind, then feel free to join this community. Again, we are a community of cat lovers. Nope, reconnecting. Stop there for a second. We are a community of cat lovers. We donate all of our channel money each month to various cat charities across the world. And I think that's about it. So take care. God bless. Adopt a senior cat if you can. Hey there, Tigress. I'm going to start heading out there, Tigress. But it was nice to see you there for a little bit. I hope you have a good rest of your day, Tigress. Hopefully I'll see you on the next live on Tuesday, probably. But yeah, I'm going to head out. I'm going to give everybody just a few moments to say goodbye, because I know there's always a lag when I'm talking and the chatting is taking place. Boop. Boop. Steve B, once again, thank you for the super. That'll definitely help some kitties in need when we donate the next time. Bade, take care. All right, Maximus, let's get you some grub. All right, y'all. We'll boop the Max nose for good luck. Take care, God bless, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.